I was late to school, you know, slept in a little too long. Like, it's fine. Everything's fine.
I know, Fridays are always the worst day to be able to get up.
I'm pretty glad I got up when I got up. Set no alarm.
Y'all ready? Focus, focus, focus. Here we go. So, what is it? Jackson. The second sentence. What does it say first?
Yeah.
If a what? If a cone, right? All right, stop right there. It has a what? What equals? What equals? Height equals, right? And what does it equal? 2 times the diameter, so we can write that as 2D. Very good. Y'all okay so far? Y'all remember doing the one like this last week? All right. So what are we talking about again? What are we talking about again? Before that, a what? A cone, right? So we got a cone, right? Now let's keep going. What does it say after that? So volume of what? Volume of what kind of shape, though? A cone. All right, here we go, gentlemen. What is the volume of a cone? Does anybody remember? It's got the pi r squared, yeah, and what else? Divided by 3, very good. So it's 1/3 pi r squared height, which is the same thing as divided by 3, right? All right, do you see anything that's the same between those two? Because remember, we have to take this and plug it into here somewhere. The h equals how much? There you go. So I'm going to plug in 2D for the height, right? So I got 1/3 pi r squared, but I'm not going to put h. I'm going to put 2D. Now, bless you. Now, here's the only thing. I cannot finish that yet, because I can change one of those letters to be the same as another letter that's already there. What you got, Jesse? Very good. Right here. Okay, so this right here. What is D the same as? 2R. Very good. So I have 1/3 pi r squared, and then 2, and then D is 2R. Right? Y'all okay with that so far? That's how she got the 4R. Have I lost anybody? Okay, you can multiply some things. You see anything you can multiply? The what? The R's. Very good. What's R squared times R? Remember, when you multiply the bases, you add the exponents, right? R cubed. Do you see anything else that you can multiply besides the R's? 4 and 1/3. Okay, so look, 1/3 times 4/1 is how much? 4/3. Very good. So it's 4/3 pi r cubed. And this should be V of H. I should have written an H right there. V of H. Because we're doing volume in terms of height. Are y'all okay? Yeah, V of H. Should be an H right here. Y'all okay? Alright, here we go. Let's look at the last one. Okay. It says you got Lauren and you got Rico, and you got to figure out if both of them are right, if neither one of them are right, or if just one of them is right. Okay, so here we go. We have 3D minus 4C over 2AB. And they both got the same thing, right? They both got -12 minus 20 divided by 12. Are y'all okay with that? All right. But then here, Lauren got -32 over 12, and Rico got 8 over 12. Which one's right? Who? Lauren, right? What did Rico do wrong? Very good. He said -12 plus 20. So we got Lauren is correct. Rico did -12 plus 20 instead of -12 minus 20. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that sentence right there is the only thing that I was upset about for your test. Because when you write, remember the question that had the sentences on there? Yeah, some of you wrote, nah, it's wrong. One of you wrote, yeah, it's right. Y-E-A, it's right. And you in pre-AP Algebra 2 with Trig. And you know you got to write complete sentences, okay? So, if you know that you got the question right, it's probably because you didn't write complete sentences on your answers. That makes sense to everybody? Yeah? Okay. Rain, can you do me a favor real quick and step out in the hallway while we go over this test? And then we'll get you right back in, okay? Yeah, you're about to see your grades. All right, I'm going to pause the video. We're going to go over test grades real quick. And now remember, we cannot go over the questions because what do you get to do? Huh? No, I didn't pause it yet. We can't go over each question because we got to do what? Test corrections. How long do you have to do test corrections? 1 week. How many days do you need to do test corrections? 2. 1 day is for what? Tutoring. The second day is for the actual corrections. You all okay? All right, here we go. Let me pause this real quick and then we'll go over it. Before we do notes, what are we going to do? We are looking at our perfect squares, right?
Are we going to get rain?
Huh? Yeah, I'm going to go get Rand. Huh? Okay, your quiz is 1 through 15 next week. And your... Hey, it's not wrong.
Good morning.
Your notes right here. Okay, this is on the back of this notes from last week. Okay, if you have your notes from last week, you have that page. Okay, keep that page handy. Find it, find it, find it, find it. Back of your notes from last week. Right here from last week. Okay. Yes, go back to learning part, okay? Alright, can anybody not find there? Alright, here we go. You ready? Flip over to a different page where it's blank. Flip over to a different page where it's blank. Don't cheat, don't look at it. No. Flip over to a different page where it's blank. Don't cheat, don't look at it. Don't cheat, don't look at it. You ready? Don't cheat, don't look at it. Like where there's nothing, no perfect squares on it. Alright, here we go. What's the very first perfect square? 1. What's the next perfect square? 4. 2 times 2. Yeah, what's the next one?
9.
3 times 3. What's the
16.
next one?
25.
Jackson Nolan.
36.
36.
49.
Right? 49. What's the next one? 64. What's the next one? What's the next one? 100. What's the next one? What's the next one? Those are like robots. What's the next one?
169.
What's the next one?
196.
These two are just flipped, right? And then one more.
45.
Look, y'all take a quiz right now. Y'all good? Y'all okay? Alright, that's what we'll have a quiz on next week. It'll take like 5 seconds. I think it's Wednesday. I'll give you the calendar.
256.
Okay. What you got, Gabe? For a quiz. For a quiz. Okay? So this is what we're gonna go over this today and tomorrow. I mean, I love y'all, but I'm not going over this tomorrow. We're gonna go over this on Monday, right? Okay, when we go over this Monday, then you'll have a quiz on 1 through 15, okay? Then like Friday next week or like Monday the week after that, then we'll have a test on all 25 of them. That makes sense? And we'll go over all 25 of them next week. Y'all okay? Ready to go? All right, let's look at our new notes. And let's talk about our very first learning target. What is our very first learning target for today?
I can determine if a relation is a function.
What?
I can determine if a relation is a function.
Ooh, I can determine if a relation is a function, right? So, what did it mean to be a function? Go.
F of x.
F of x is a notation. What's it mean to be a function?
To work.
Okay, it's got to have a constant rate of change. Okay, that's familiar. What couldn't we repeat?
The x.
The x value cannot repeat, okay? So what did it say again? I can determine let's talk about this word relation. Ready? Relation, right here. You mean a relationship, right? You got a girlfriend, you got a boyfriend, or you got your relationship with your mammy, or you got your relationship with your flatmate. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, can we please have Gabriel get some ball to check out?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I know. You told me it's going to happen. Okay, let's talk about a relation. You got a relationship with someone, right? You got a relationship with someone. You got your grandmother. You got somebody, right? Okay? Okay, you're connected to them somehow. Jackson, no. Can you interrupt me one more time, son? Son, goodness. He does this in band too? And does Mr. Bobbitt let him get away with it?
Mr. White doesn't?
Mr. White doesn't? So if you're in a relationship with someone, if you got a grandmother or a parent that you're in a relationship with, right? And you're connected to them somehow, like you have family meetings, y'all have family dinners, you have family get-togethers at Christmas, things like that. That's how you come together. All right, so let's look at the very first one. Here we go. Look at number 1. You see how they're all grouped together? And they're having a party, right? So what's grouping them all together on the outside? The little curly brackets, right? Y'all see those? Okay, and then Jesse told us that in order for it to be a function, what could not happen? X's cannot repeat, right? Does that make sense to everybody? All right, so take a second real quick and tell me if that's a function or not a function. You and Jesse both said that. So what did you say? Was it a function or not a function? Yes? Okay.
Yes, it is.
Let's see. Whoa, hold on a minute. How'd you say number 1's a function? I got -6 and +6. Those are the same thing, aren't they?
No.
They're not. Oh, that's right. Negative and positive are not the same thing, right? Whoa. All right, here we go. So look, be careful of that. -6 and +6 are not the same thing. So yes, this is a function. All right. The very first thing it told us to do was to state the domain and the range. We kind of talked about this a little bit. What letter was the domain? The x values or the y values? The x values. Bless you. So, what are my x values? Yeah? Yeah? Uh-huh. Look at you. Perfect. Very good. All right. None of them repeated, right? Okay, then it wanted my range. What's my range? What letter? My y values, right? What's my y values? Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. +7. And what's the last one? -9. No, it's fine. It's fine. Let's see. -1, -9, -7, +7. Is that a -9? Oh, okay. We're not going to write that twice then. I didn't realize it was a -9. Sorry, guys. Are y'all okay? So if they repeat, you don't write them more than once. You just write them up one time, okay? All right. What else did it tell us to do? Did we determine if the relation was a function? Yeah? Yeah. How do we know it was a relation again?
They're in the brackets.
Because they're all grouped together, right? Okay. And then how did we determine if it was a function again?
Domain.
The x's did not repeat, Rand, right? Okay, here we go. Last thing. You ready? Y'all with me? What time we get out of here?
Oh, I got this.
Hold on. Get here at 10:28. Garrett, you got me? Keep me straight. 10:28.
10:08, right?
10:28 is when we get. All right. 1-to-1, both, or neither. What in the world does that mean? 1-to-1, both, or onto. Sorry, I missed that one. Or neither. Okay, you see the little chart at the top? See the little chart at the top? Yeah? What do you notice is the difference between the 1-to-1 and the onto? Take a minute, talk to your people if you want to. Talk to people beside you. Nobody wants to talk to each other today? Talk to each other real quick. See if you can look at the difference between all 3 of them. Take a minute, go. Talk to your people. What's different?
I mean, yeah, one doesn't qualify all the ranges. On two has two ranges.
Yeah.
That is one has one.
Very good catch. Not very much better.
Well, this one has where it goes to all of it.
Yeah.
That's C, but it goes one each.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay, say that again. It didn't go to which one? Okay, so Braden, tell us something about the one-to-one that you noticed.
it doesn't go to C.
It doesn't go to, look, it's just missing this little fella right here, right?
That means
It's missing that little guy. What else do you notice about all those?
on to.
Yeah, no, one-to-one. We noticed about one-to-one. What else?
It doesn't have any.
They don't cross.
Yeah, we already talked about that. Doesn't have anything connecting to C.
There's not.
There's more range.
There's more range than domain. What do you notice with the arrows?
They don't cross.
They don't cross each other. None of them do. You notice anything different about the one-to-one versus the on-to? It's got more domains than the range. But what about the arrows? You notice anything different about the arrows? What, Rand? They're all going to separate variables on the one-to-one, right? Hence the reason why it's called 1, 2, 1. Right? Does that make sense to everybody? Y'all okay? So this one right here only has one domain with one range. Y'all okay with that? Making a note to yourself? Making a note to yourself? What's so special about one-to-one?
One and one that
They each have their own, right? Which is why it's called 1, 2, 1. All right, what about on-to? One of those what?
3, 4, 6.
The range repeats, right? You see how the range repeats? You making yourself a note? Making yourself a note? The range repeats. Y'all okay with that? Okay, let's go with that for right now. We'll talk about the other ones later, okay? So let's look at this one. Let's talk about onto. Onto meant what again? Range repeats. Come on, guys, stay with me. You ready? If the range repeats, look at number 1. Do you notice any of your y values that repeated? Which one? Come on. Which one? -9. Why are you hollering at me? So would this be an onto?
I was waiting for that. Answer.
Yes, that would be onto. That would be an onto function. There you go. Huh? All right. Number 2 and number 3. You got your partner? You see them? You looking at them? You see your partner? You looking at them? Go to your partner and see if you can do number 2 and number 3. Go. Number 2 and number 3. Go. Yeah, both of them. Directions.
All the way up here.
Directions. Yes, sir.
Right, so we can already see this stuff. So we're doing 2 and. Four.
All right, read the directions in order, guys. Read the directions in order. In order.
And order.
In order. Read them in order.
Only one direction. And 3. So this.
All right, Cannon, how we doing about it? You got 2 and 3? All right, what did it say to me first? Come on, Brady.
Pretty sure the readings are -6, -4, 12, 14.
All right, Brayden, put up number 2 for you. Look, guys, what is the very first thing the directions told you to do? Say. So, very first thing it said to do. Say the domain and range, then tell me if it's a function or not a function, okay? A lot of you just put not a function and then you were done. All right, if you're finished, go on to 4. See if you can do 4. If you're finished, go on to 4. See if you can do 4. 4 on the next page. All right. Miss Adrian, put up number 3 for you. All right, Adrian, or Anna, one of the two. Can y'all explain to me how you knew it was not a function? Like it just looks like it's 2, 4, and -8 to me. How did you know -8 was twice? There's 2 arrows coming off of it. Very nice. Did y'all see these 2 arrows right here? Coming off of that -8? Y'all okay? All right. All right. How we doing on time, Garrett?
It is 10 to 17.
Okay. We still got some time, right? How much time we got left?
All right, number 5.
11 minutes.
Okay. We got to hustle then. All right. What about 4? What'd you get for the domain on 4?
-3, -2, -1, 0, 1,
Yeah. What about the range?
0, 2, 4, 6, 8.
Function or not a function?
Function.
Yep.
And it's on 2.
Why?
Because it's -1 and 1 go together. 6.
Yeah, because the 6 repeats right here. Yes, very good job. Very good job. All right, so Brayden, y'all listen to Brayden real quick. Number 4, you ready? Brayden gave us the domain and range. He told us it was a function. Why was it a function, Brayden?
Because it didn't repeat.
What
the
don't
domain.
There you go. The domain doesn't repeat. And then why'd you call it an onto?
Because the 6 repeats.
Very good. The 6 repeated right here. Y'all okay? Yes, no, maybe? Yes? All right, here we go. Let's go to the next one. What we got a new one? What's our learning target for this one? To value if it's under. Okay. All right, here we go. What was the line test that we could use to determine if something was a function? Yeah? The what, Anna? The vertical line test. All right, so when you draw a vertical line, how many dots can be on that vertical line?
1.
Just 1. All right, here we go. So let's draw a vertical line here.
The line test.
How many dots hit that one? 1. Let's draw one here.
2.
Oh, we got 2 of them. 1 there and 1 there. So it's a function or not a function? Not a function. There you go. Are y'all okay? All right, let's look at our next learning target. What's our next learning target say? Where's your learning targets? What's the next one?
I can determine if a function is a one-to-one or onto.
We did that one.
I can evaluate a function.
I can evaluate. Guys, what does the word evaluate mean? Huh? Not necessarily solve. What are we going to do to those numbers?
Simplify.
No, we're not going to simplify.
Plug in.
We're going to plug in those numbers first, right? Then what are we going to do, Kenan? Then we're going to simplify, right? All right, let's do number 1. Here we go. Number one. Wait, f of negative 3, where am I going to plug that negative 3 into? To the where? To which one, though?
The one that's there.
The one that has which one?
Yeah.
There you go. We're going to plug it into this one right here. Okay, here we go. F of negative 3 equals 3, but I'm not going to put x. I'm going to put...
Negative 3.
Yeah, okay, so here we go, guys. You ready? Pretend like this is not here. Then we're just going to evaluate this. We're going to simplify it now. So it's negative 9. There you go. How much is that? Okay, here's what I want to talk about. You ready? What in the world does that mean? Because I'm not going to divide by negative 3. Because that's not what I'm trying to do. What does this mean? What letter was this? X. So what letter is this? Y. Because remember, f of x was the same as y. Do y'all remember that from Algebra 1? Okay, so here we go. What letter was this? X. What letter was this? So that means when I graph this, what x value am I going to go to? Negative 3. And when I go to negative 3, I'm going to have a y value at negative 14. That's what it means. Does that make sense to everybody? So this means when x equals negative 3, then y equals negative 14. You have to understand what that means. I would write that down if I were you. All right, number 2. Number 2. What number are we going to plug in? 4. Where are we going to plug it in at? To G. There you go. Oh my gosh, I am squaring something, and when I square something, what do I have to use? Parentheses, until you learn the difference of when you can use them and when not to use them. Just always use them. Okay? All right, here we go. So what's that give me?
16,
Yeah, which is? Very good. Am I going to divide by 4? No. What does this mean? This means when x equals 4, y equals 8. Very good. Got it good? Y'all okay? All right. We got one more page to do. Where's my page 3 at? Oh, on the back. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Number 3. Number 3. All right. So what was f of x again? Flip back over. What was f of x? 3x minus 5. And what was gx? What was g of x?
X squared minus x.
Minus 2x. Okay. All right. Here we go. So what am I going to plug in for x this time? A. And all A stands for is just a number. So instead of saying 3 times x, I'm going to say 3 times what? A. And then that's just 3a minus 5. Are y'all okay with that? All right, what about number 4? Instead of saying x on number 4, I'm going to put 5 in. And what do I have to use when I'm squaring something? Parentheses. Because if you use parentheses, am I going to square the 5 when I use parentheses? Yes. Am I going to square the n when I use parentheses? Yes, you are. So this is going to be how much? 25n squared minus 10n. Very good, very good. Are y'all okay? Yeah? All right, here we go. So these 4 down here, we've got to finish, and we have 4 minutes left to do it. Bless you. This is page 3. Oh, we're missing page 4? Yes, I've taken out some things. All right, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Go. You got people with you? Go.
Isn't this like the second grade?
Huh?
Isn't this the second grade?
Yes. No,
You said it over. You said it over the years. No, I thought like because it's for the second time.
Second time.
Just that little
All right, what you got here? All right, y'all get negative 72 on the first one? All right, watch. You got to use order of operations. You have to square before you can multiply. Then you multiply and you get negative 72. Y'all okay so far? All right, what about the next one? What'd you get? Negative 36. So let's see. Ooh, negative. Okay, so you got negative 4 times 9 minus 6 plus 5. Negative 4 times 9, negative 36. Oh, gosh. It's negative 1. That's negative. How much did you get? 37? Yeah. Negative 37. I don't know. Did you get negative 4 times 9 minus 6 plus 5? Alright, what about this one? You should have already had those two done. The first two. Oh, okay. She got negative 36. Yeah. Alright, so let's do this one real quick. Right here. What happens when I multiply 3 times 2/3? Jackson. What happens when I multiply 3 times 2/3 since you're not writing this down with us? You get 2. Very good. And what's 2 plus 2? 4-ish. It's 4. Alright, last one. We still got 2 minutes. All right, pay attention on number 8. You ready? Number 8. How did you get that 3 squared is 9? Like, how did you do that? How did you get that as 9? Multiply by itself, right? So how am I going to do 1/5 squared? I'm going to multiply by itself. So what's 1/5 squared? 1 over 25. Very good. And then how do I multiply these? 2/5. Very good. Y'all okay so far? Alright, so this one would be negative 4 over 25 minus 2 over 5. And then how do you make 5 a fraction? 5 over 1, right? Okay, homework tonight is to finish that one up, okay? Just finish that one up. Common denominators. Common denominators is how you do number 8. Put my desk back in place real quick. Hurry. Put my desk back in place.